Hello, my name is Tim Clark, and I'm the chair of the Early Career Exec. We're basically the member group within BCS that looks after young people and early career professionals, which doesn't just include young people, it also encompasses career changers as well, because I know a lot of people joining our industry are career changers. I'm joined by Kitty, who is our keynote speaker for this evening to kick off proceedings. And I'm also joined by Sobia, who's our career development officer on the exec, who's going to be helping me for the first part of the evening, talk to all of you and facilitate our breakout rooms for a bit. So I'm going to hand over to Kitty in a second, but just to say basically, that we kind of play two roles. We provide a community with events like this for early career professionals, but we also provide the sort of strategic direction and oversight for early career stuff going on at BCS, whether that be working with other member groups or working with the head office team at BCS to see how our policy advocacy and the kind of things that we're advising member groups to do and the resources that we're providing for members support people who are early in their career or even just about to start their career and still in that very, very early stage. So we do have a very large role at BCS. And hopefully, as you can see, we're having a growing impact with more and more people being touched by the work we do every single day. So that's really positive. And this is a new kind of event that we're trying. Like I say, we've done it once before. We basically have a little keynote speaker who is going to tell us a little bit about their career journey and talk about some interesting stuff. And then we're going to jump into some breakout rooms where you have the opportunity to meet some new people, maybe talk to someone you've spoken to before, and you can talk about career development. You can talk about something that's on your mind at the moment, or you can talk about the amazing presentation that Kitty's about to give. So there'll be lots of things I'm sure that you'll be able to talk about, and then we'll come back to the room every so often and have a little chat together. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Kitty and I will spotlight you.
So good evening all. So I'm going to share with you a short clip about myself. Okay, now ready?
Incredible journey. The story of Dr. Kitty Hung. Back in the 1990s, Kitty joined the BCS as a student member while pursuing her PhD in computer science at the University of Sheffield. Fast forward to 1999, she earned her PhD, but her journey was far from over. Kitty started her career as a postdoctoral research fellow and technologist. She delved deep into the technical world, but something was missing. It wasn't long before she discovered her true passion: working with people, understanding their pain points, and solving their problems. So, she made a bold move. She transitioned to the role of a business analyst. Over the past 25 years, Kitty has tackled numerous projects across various sectors: insurance, telecom, central government, consultancy, defense, military, transportation, and aviation. Her career has been nothing short of remarkable. In 2021, Kitty achieved the prestigious CITP and FBCS designations. These accolades were a testament to her dedication and expertise in the field. But Kitty didn't stop there. In February 2024, she published her first book, Business Analysis in the Era of Generative Artificial Intelligence. This book has already started making waves in the business analysis community. Now, Kitty is splitting her time between writing her next book and providing business analysis consultancy services to clients. Her commitment to the field is unwavering, and her passion for helping others continues to drive her forward. Dr. Kitty Hung's journey is a true inspiration. From a PhD student to a celebrated business analyst, she exemplifies what it means to follow your passion and make a difference. So, if you're a business analyst or someone aspiring to be one, take a page from Kitty's book. Embrace your journey, seek out your passions, and never be afraid to make bold moves. Because who knows, your story might just inspire the next generation of business analysts. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep analyzing and keep inspiring.
Hi there. So I hope you enjoy my short clip. So um, so this is my book. I can't see it because I've got the virtual background. In my book, I actually give reassurance for people that don't worry about AI will replace their job. I give you an example. Recently, I have a friend. He's a retired High Court judge. He's 82 years old. He bought my book. And I said to him, Roger, Anthony, thank you very much for buying my book. Thank you for your support. But the book is not really useful to you, because you're already retired. He said, when he read my book, my book reminds him of in the 1960s when he started as his legal practice as a patent lawyer. He told me at that time there was a thing called typing pool. So in this typing pool, there's a room you go in. The group of young ladies, they typing away on a mechanical typewriter from the handwriting notes from the lawyers and paralegals. Then the technology evolved to electric typewriter. So the typing pool ladies, the typists, they type a bit faster. And then technology evolved again to WAN word processor. So the typists, they started typing on the screen. And at the same time, they have this cassette tape. So instead of typing from the written notes, they listen to the audio tape and then started typing. So every time when the technology evolved, the typists, they became more and more effective and efficient, and they produced their work quicker. Until the personal computer, PC, came out. So everybody has a personal computer with Windows NT, Windows 95. The lawyers and the paralegal decided that it would be quicker for them to just typing from the computer. So eventually the typing pool was disbanded. And Anthony told me he could not remember any typist sitting at home worrying about losing their job or taking universal basic pay. So what these typists do as a result of the closure of the typing pool, some of them, they retrain themselves to be the executive assistants to senior management team. Some acquire new skill to become a legal clerk, paralegal. And some even went further to get a law degree to train themselves to be a lawyer. So this is our human nature. When our skills are automated by machine, we're not sitting at home worrying about our future. We move on, we learn new things. So in the wake of AI, I know there are a lot of scaremongering news on social media, etc., telling people you're going to lose the job, and big tech are sacking people because programmers, developers, business analysts, data analysts, they're being replaced by AI. That gives a lot of concern to people about what next. Will they be able to keep their job, or they will be made redundant? I think this is a very important thing, especially in early career. You came out of university, you don't know what to do, you don't know what the direction you need to go. My advice to you is, don't be afraid. First of all, whatever you do, whether you are a developer or an analyst, you need to be proficient in using the AI tools. Then once you're proficient in using the AI tools, you'll be able to identify, okay, that task, if AI can do, I don't have to worry about it. And then you ask yourself, what else AI can't do, I can do? For example, problem solving, value proposition, building rapport, relationship with stakeholders, talking to people, being creative, have empathy, have critical thinking, think out of the box, have some thought leadership skills. These are the skills that we can use it for problem solving. Without problem solving, we'll not go forward. At the end of the day, AI is, and generative AI, they are just the tools. They are not good or bad because they are being programmed by humans. Then we human, we have to think about what next, what kind of proposition or problem solving I want to contribute to the society. So my advice to you is be positive and remember my story about the typing pool, and none of the typists became unemployed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kitty, for your presentation. I think I imagine lots of people will have questions to ask you. So I'm going to open the floor. Please feel free to pop your question in the chat or the Q&A box. We'll break out into the sort of discussion groups in a little bit, but we've got about 20 minutes for any questions you might have that you think everyone would benefit from. And there should be some time in a little bit for everyone to kind of meet one-on-one with Kitty when we're in our breakout rooms. Sobia.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to start us off. Kitty, I know you've said you're a business analyst, but there are some people in the room who don't know what that is and what a business analyst does. So I would be grateful if you could just go through what a typical day for you might look like and what you actually do in your role and what kind of requirements are required to actually become a business analyst.
So in the 90s, business analysts, more like data analyst, system analyst, we capture requirements and produce the requirements to the development team to develop the solution. Business analysts played a key role between the communication between the stakeholders and the development team. So that's, and our value proposition is we are bilingual. We can speak to the stakeholders in the layman language, and we can also speak to the developers in their technical jargon. We understand the technical jargon, and our deliverables is the artifacts to support the requirements. So we ensure the solutions are developed according to the requirements, the need of the stakeholders. With the technology being involved now, we are in the AI world. Like a typist, the technology, like the typewriter is now become a computer, and now computer even like voice recognition, you don't even need to type it. So what's the next for business analysts? How do we maintain our key role to basically to retain our value, add value to the project, continue to add value to our project when a lot of as you know, in the generative AI, is a natural language processes. Users can actually generate the requirements, and then the AI can translate the requirements into computer code. So you might ask, oh, what happened to the business analyst? Because business analysts, some of the responsibilities is to produce the artifacts, the graphical representation, the diagram, to make the developers easier to understand the requirements. But now we don't need that. So the, the next phase of business analyst will become a more strategic role, strategic business advisor, using our human skill, human intelligence, soft skill, like building rapport with stakeholders, proactively identify a problem, identify whether the project aligned to the corporate objectives and the corporate goal, and support efficiency, support cost saving, and also help business reduce risk in terms of cybersecurity or financial risk, mitigate the risk, and also to looking at the robotic automation, proactively propose initiative to the customers, rather than just sit there in a project, answer to the project manager and deliver the project without questioning the justification in terms of productivity, efficiency, and cost saving. So we business analysts, we have to evolve ourselves. So everybody have to evolve ourselves. If you ask me 30 years ago, the job description in the 90s or even in 20 years ago was very, very different from now, because there are deliverables that now can be automated by AI. So we need to move on to do something more strategic and high level. So I hope I can answer your question. To give a nutshell to people who are not familiar with exactly what's the role of a business analyst. So as there's a word business, it means that we are more like abstract and high level, we are not that like development and technical people, but we understand the technology as well as the business pain point. So that's the skill we need. And that's the skill we still need in the wake of the generative AI and AI. So I can see some questions on the chat. By the way, I'd like to mention that my company release courses and we would like mention we all worry about AI. So I will train people about technology, and the future is bright for IT. Thank you very much. Yeah, Marwan. Yeah. I have a question. What technique used now by business analysts can be easily replaced by AI? And I mentioned about the one of the characteristics of generative AI is natural language processing. So the AI can understand human layman language and convert into computer code. As Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, said, from now on, everybody in the world is a programmer, because if you can use the generative AI tools, then you can generate the code. Then he said everybody is a programmer now, so you don't have to learn the coding. So that from the requirements, natural language to the computer code, that is already automated by AI. So before that, we as business analysts, we need to produce the requirements into user stories, um, acceptance criteria, business process modeling notation, class diagram, sequence diagram, component diagram, and all these, if you like, graphical representation, the notation, in order to support the development team to develop the solution. But this chunk of bit is now automated, because we don't need that processes, because the computer, the AI can understand natural language. So these are the bits I think AI has already replaced the artifacts used to be produced by business analysts. Any more question? Yeah, projection. So there is Kuran, yeah, you asked about projection. Do you mean what do I project in the future? Because there's only one word, so I don't know the context of the
Yeah,
question.
I think that's what he's looking for.
So the projection is AI is not going away, it's going to stay here. It's like in my example, when the technology automates the like a mechanical typewriter to a electric typewriter to word processor, eventually to PC, it's not going away. So I think the AI will only evolve rather than the other way around. So what we need to do is you have to be familiar, you have to learn how to use AI, for example, prompt engineering, AI literacy, cybersecurity, AI ethics. I'm not asking all of you to go back to the university to study and machine learning degree or AI data science degree. You don't have to if your discipline is outside AI. But in the practical world, you will need to use the tools about how to train the AI model, how to support people who train the AI model, understand what kind of data set and what kind of AI, like what is machine learning, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, neural network, and reinforcement learning. You need to understand the principle. You need to be able to uh, master the prompt engineering, because the better you prompt, the better of the output the AI will give you. So once you master prompt engineering, you will free up a lot of time, because the AI become your super assistant, your super researcher. So you just leave that work to AI to do. Then you free up the time. You think about problem solving. I mean, AI is not a silver bullet. There are so many problems in the world AI still can't solve. For example, climate change. A couple of weeks ago, there was a really, really a massive fire in California, which destroyed thousands and thousands of houses, and hundreds and thousands of people have to be evacuated. But the people in Silicon Valley, they kept quiet because they don't know how AI can help with the climate change, or with the how to uh, predict the fire beforehand. So there are many problems in the world where we still need human to solve with our critical thinking, forward thinking, our vision to solve the problem. I gave a talk a while ago about I identified 12 global issues that we might be able to use AI to solve. For example, climate change, maybe using big data analytics and predictive analytics to look at the flood or fire and climate change or hurricane, and also to in another natural disaster like earthquake. Maybe we can use AI to collect the seismic data so that we can predict the earthquake a bit earlier to evacuate people, so we can save a lot of life. And we can also use AI in healthcare and drug discovery, because AI can handle really big data, and then to look at the very complex chemical compound, which beyond human capability, because AI is pretty good in calculation, in handling big data, but AI is not imaginative and creative. We humans, we have the our because it's our nature that we are curious, we are creative. It's the curiosity that drives innovation. Because if you are curious about something, you want to investigate further, and then you in along the process you invent something, you drive innovation. there are a lot of talks. There are a lot of talks about AGI, artificial general intelligence, ASI, artificial super intelligence. That AI can think, AI can do this, but it's just talk. It's not happening yet. If it's happening now, we will have nobody will have cancer because AI will be able to identify the right drugs, and cancer will be treated like a flu, or all the wheelchair users will be able to walk again because AI and the technology will help people to walk again, or people with dementia or other terminal illnesses, they will have a cure. But at the moment, it's not. So we still have a lot of global issues that waiting for we human to solve. So for me, the projection is learn the technology as much as you can. This is good for your CV and your career progression. And then once you have mastered the technique using various AI tools, you'll be able to distinguish whether the task or the problem can be solved or cannot be solved by AI. Then it will be your opportunity to further develop your skill in the problem solving that AI can't solve. So that's my projection. We need to come out of our comfort zone, because if you don't come out of our comfort zone, if you just stay where you are without learning new things, then for imagine those typists in the typing pool, when the typing pool closed down, the typists, if they say, well, I don't know what to do, I'm just staying at home, then they will be unemployed. So in this, you are if your job, you think your skills can be performed by AI, you don't sit at home and do nothing. You identify new skills. I have cited different skills like human relationship, uh, establish good communication with stakeholders, using your empathy, creativity, curiosity, understand people in more strategically. I would say nowadays employers, they're not really interested in the aptitude of the candidate, because a lot of aptitude is about the skills, and the skills, uh, some skills could be automated by AI. Now employers, they are more interested in attitude of the candidates. So attitude is over aptitude, because if the candidate has certain personality and attitude like positivity thinking, curiosity thinking, thought leadership thinking, that would add more value to the organization, rather than I'm really good in Python, I'm very good in C++, I'm really good in data and analytics, I'm really good in producing user stories. But then these aptitudes are in the journey of being automated by the machine. So be take this pay attention is how to develop your attitude over your aptitude. So I think this is the projection in the future, because I many years ago, I was the postdoctoral research fellow in London Business School, and so I still keep in touch with my very old colleagues. And one of my friends, she's in the student admission department in the London Business School. She said to me recently, about a year ago, she said that London Business School, they have this executive MBA course. This is really expensive. A lot of candidates, the students, they are sponsored by Goldman Sachs and KPMG and Morgan Stanley Bank. So they are if you like, curriculum have to be really top notch. So they have changed their curriculum. So in the past, before the generative AI, they actually in the curriculum, they have the module to teach the students how to use uh, the tools like advanced Excel, Power BI, and SSAP is like a statistic tool. Yeah. Now they change the curriculum. They ingest AI, generative AI, prompt engineering in their course module, and also they also make more emphasis on soft skills. So even London Business School, they have already adapted their curriculum to reflect the advancement of the technology. It's inevitable. So my advice to you is that uh, don't stay there. Do something. Don't do nothing. Whatever your career path, whatever whether you are a developer or you are a tester or you are analyst or you are project manager or you are a product owner, architect, you need to change.
So the time for action is now, is what I'm hearing. And that's a really good segue for the next bit, because now we're going to take some action on how we can grow as people, how we can meet new interesting people, have some good conversations about our current and our future careers. I have just posted in the chat a couple of takeaways from Kitty's presentation. These are my own notes, so Kitty, feel free to add your own or tell me how terrible they are.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's a fair summary of some of the key tips that you mentioned.
Yeah.
And I've also mentioned some general conversation topics you might want to think about. So the way that this works is that I'm going to click a magic button, which will split everyone up into breakout rooms. So you'll get a big notification saying you're invited to join breakout room and a number. And you'll all join, turn your cameras on, turn your mics on, and you'll be able to start having a bit of a conversation. I would recommend starting with hello, introducing yourself, tell people where you're joining from.
Before the breakout room, can I answer 2 questions? Before the breakout room. The first question is from what will be the next step for someone with no experience in business analysis, but just obtained the international diploma in business analysis? So if you already have the BA diploma, that it means that you already understand all the principle of business analysis. So that will give you a kind of a first step to open the door in the business analysis world. With no experience, you might have to start from like apprenticeship or graduate trainee program or trainee program as a junior. But at the same time, I would really urge you to acquire. There are so many courses online, short courses, bite-sized courses about prompt engineering, because that will give you an idea what skills can be performed by the AI. And if you can master the prompt engineering skill, you actually free up quite a lot of time, and then you can develop more higher strategic technique, and you will add a higher value to your organization. So my advice to you is you have to start from a junior level, but then at the same time, don't think the international diploma in business analysis is your end game. It is not. It's just a certificate to demonstrate that you understand the principle in the business analysis world. So you do need to continue to study. My advice to you is learn prompt engineering. Make sure you understand different AI tools to basically to understand how AI works and what can AI do. That if the AI can do, leave the job to AI. Do not compete with AI. You never compete with for example, a calculator. You will say, I take a calculator out, I add this, and then calculator gives the answer. Oh no, I don't want to use a calculator. I'm going to use pen and paper. It will be slow, because if the calculator can give you the accurate answer, the figures very quickly, use it. And then the other question is, I I have a question. What technique used now by business analysts? Oh yeah, this one I have already answered. How would you say to start your career in business analysis? Is an apprenticeship the best way? Yeah, if you have no experience, you want to be a business analyst, any opportunity, any job vacancy you find on the like LinkedIn job or job post uh, site for junior business analysts, join it, or apprenticeship. Because I when I started as a business analyst, I did not have experience because I was an academic. Because I was going to be a lecturer, university lecturer, but I it's not my thing. So I like working with people. I like problem solving. So I embarked myself in the business analysis world, and someone gave me the opportunity to be a business analyst. So keep looking if you really like to be a business analyst. Link in to me and I can share some experience with you. But keep looking, and someone somewhere will give you an opportunity to fulfill your goal. I think that's it. I think I pass requirement engineer. Yeah.
Think you've cut. We got one
I'd
more
like to share LinkedIn profile. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to
in the
I'm
job
going.
market at the moment. How much can you put in your CV that you have AI skills?
Sorry.
So it's in the chat now. So in the job market at the moment, how much can you put in your CV that you've got AI skills?
Well, it depends on different people. Because so for example, I am to write at that time when I wrote my book. General AI, back in 2023 and 2023. Yeah, I wrote most of my book in 2023. Generative AI was only a few months old. It was impossible to have on-the-job experience. And then I just have to do self-study. I did my research online. I did the courses, Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, and Udemy. So I acquired the skills myself because it's just so new. And then I documented down and I share my experience with people. And then so you do have to be proactively learn about. For me, there's so many prompt engineering courses online. The first step is to learn prompt engineering because this is the door to open in the AI world, because your prompt is your communication ability with the machine, how you convince the machine to understand you better and better in order to produce the best, most optimal output for your need. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter whether you are a developer, analyst, or tester, or project manager. Prompt engineering is the key. Is a key skill.
I think we're going to need to move on in a bit, but we'll
Sure.
have one more question before we do move on. So, how do we secure opportunities to advance our careers? And this person's done a lot of trainings and certifications. So, how do they find opportunities to advance their career?
Yeah. So it depends on what trainings, what certificates you have. So you do need to have the certificates that is timely, that is useful now. For example, if someone put down, I have a certificate in Pascal Pascal qualification, that will be a bit outdated. So you need to have the certification and training in your skills, which is on demand in the market. For me, from what I see now, the hot jobs is someone have the ability to analyze the data set before the data set is injected to to train the AI model. Because now the trend is we are moving away from the playground version of ChatGPT and generative AI, because you can see the playground version of generative AI is the internet. only one layer. And then you get all the hallucination, all these maybe some useful material, but some really not relevant, not filtered, not good quality outputs from the AI. Now we are moving away from the playground version of ChatGPT and generative AI. We move to the corporate API version, enterprise version of the generative AI, and then organization will be able to use their proprietary data set to train the AI model. This GPT is generative pre-trained transformer. So the algorithms already there. So you just inject the data set. So there's a very high demand skill if someone have the ability to make sure the data is correct, accurate, not garbage in, garbage out. Because AI cannot think. If give me the data, I use the algorithm and I generate the output. If the data is garbage, the output will be garbage. So someone have the ability to make sure the quality, data security, data privacy, guardrails, alignment, all is in place before injecting for AI model training. So that number one. Number two is someone who have the ability to keep testing and testing the model and to, because AI is machine learning, the more you train the model, the more mature the model, the smarter the model will get. It's like a child. If you keep teaching the child like maybe piano or music and everything, it will become very proficient. So it's same as AI. The more you train it, the better it becomes. So there's another opportunity to have these skills to help train AI models. Number three is that once the model is trained, how do you communicate with the chatbot? What language you use? What if you like the sentiment? What kind of trick you can trick AI? Because there are people who are really good in prompt engineering. They really get their optimal output. I give you an example. About 2 years ago, I think about less than 2 years ago, maybe 18 months ago, I tested the Mid Journey with a friend. And I asked the Mid Journey, could you generate a image for me with sky, river, trees, birds, and flowers? Okay, and then the Mid Journey just generates to me an image with everything I need. It looks all right. My friend, he's a professional photographer. So what he did was he basically put in a prompt with all this color coding, the four letter code, 4-digit code, color coding. I want this. I want it to opaque, semi opaque. I want this. The sunlight beaming to the ground, but hidden behind the tree, and then all this prompt. It's a very long prompt. And then Midjourney generated is like a gallery quality image, a lot better than mine, with all these semi transparent light from the sun beaming to the ground. It looks amazing. So that's the difference between a layman like me with no knowledge in photography and a professional photographer who understands color, who understands the digital color. That is whole different. So imagine if you do your prompt engineering, you imagine yourself, you are a professional photographer and you understand digital color. You will have the totally different prompt output from people like other people without the knowledge, without the technique of prompt engineering. So that is another opportunity. And then the rest is like you just take it from there. Once you master the prompt engineering, then you free up your time. You can learn new things like problem solving. The examples I just cited earlier about, the global warming, natural disaster, healthcare, cybersecurity, law and order, drug discovery, all these problems. Because these are the problems that at the moment I have no information to suggest to me AI can solve them.
Well, I think we better move on as we're overrunning a little bit. But thank you so much, Kitty, for taking everyone's questions. I'm sure everyone is dying to have a chat with you. So I'm going to try and make sure that you get to circulate through all the breakout rooms.